everything in the Konflikt 47 Introductory Set, complete unboxing and review. If you play bolt action, you can pick up this box and be playing Konflikt 47 tonight. And the scary part, you already know 80% of the rules. This is the K47 Introductory Set. It retails for anywhere between £35 and £45.50. And I'm going to show you it contains well over £60 worth of product. Everything you need to start playing right out of the box, and why, whether you've never heard of K47 or you've been playing bolt action for years, this box might be the smartest £40 you spend on this hobby. Let's get right into this. This is the new Konflikt 47 starter set called the Introductory Set, with enough stuff for 2 players just to get started. And remember, there is not war. This is the end. So let's open it up fairly carefully. See if I can get that in. Oh, a little bit harder. There we go. Proving difficult to get in. Oh, it's exciting when you open up stuff, isn't it? Now, throw that out of the way, and then we'll put the knife out of the way. Don't want anybody getting hurt. And then we'll open up the box. And let's see what we get inside. So, there we go. We get a big lot of stuff. Now, the box itself gives you a wee picture on the back with 2 people playing, and tells you that we're going to go through recruit, assemble, paint and battle. Gives you a list of what's inside. That's handy if we're just picking this off the shelf and wanting to know how to play it. For 2 players, ideally age 14 or above, and it takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play per session. Again, just going over what's going on. Bit of artwork on the front, really nice. And on the side, we've got the contents in various different languages. And there we go. So we'll pop the box at the back and let's have a look and see what we get. An awful lot of plastic. We get some dice, enough D6s, and this looks like rift dice. We'll come to those later, and order dice for the forces inside. And then we also get a little dice bag. For those of you that play bolt action, you would know this is vital to the game, but it's going to be part of the game. Imagine most of us are coming across from bolt action in this, but there could be some people just picking up Konflikt as a game on its own. Let's go through the plastic. We've got some bases, slightly larger bases for some of the models. And then we have some sprues. Sprues are what we refer to as the frame that the parts for the models come on. And we have a ruined house, or 2 by the looks of it, potentially. So now we have the troops. These are the models. So let's have a look and see what we have here. Now, these sprues are for the Stahltruppen. That is the Axis army. Very nice. 2 sets of these sprues. They look pretty much identical. Lovely plastic models. And we'll enjoy putting those together, I'm sure. And then this lot must be the American Fireflies. They are the troops that we are going to be putting up in opposition to the Stahltruppen. Really nice. And then we have the rest of the bases to make sure we've got enough bases for everything. And then going further into the box, we can see that it's Mirella that's packed this one for us. Well, good job, Mirella. And here we have the play sheet. So a double-sided paper battle mat, going to be very handy for us. And then we have tokens that we can use, and a ruler if we've got none of the equipment. And we've got 2 cardboard models here. It's double-sided, as you can see, and that's so we can play some of the missions later on, I'm guessing. And then down to the crux of the matter, we have the Konflikt 47 field manual. We're going to go through that in detail in just a second, but a quick flick through. It's got all the pictures we need, and it'll give us all the information to be able to set this up. What does this add up to? The Fireflies, the Stahltruppen and the buildings are worth about £60 if bought separately. Add the mat, dice, terrain, manual, and you're looking at £60+ of product for between £35 and £45. That objectively the best pound per model ratio you'll find at this entry point in the hobby. And here we have the field manual. This comes with the introductory set, laid out very similar to the bolt action introductory set. So we're just going to have a quick flick through. Starts off by giving you a wee introduction to Konflikt 47, the various models, a wee bit behind it, and a bit about the hobby of miniature wargaming, assembling the models, that type of stuff. And then we've got some very nice big open action shots, as we would expect. And then we're going in specifically to the world of Konflikt 47. We're looking at the Axis, and then the United States, the British Commonwealth. Just gives you a couple of paragraphs of the background. The Soviet bloc and the Empire of Japan, who are the main protagonists in Konflikt 47. Then we have a little bit to help you through the building of the miniatures it comes with, although they're not particularly difficult. And then we get on to the playing of the games. Now, if you're new to bolt action or Konflikt, there's enough information here to get you playing very quickly, and it's going to take you through a nice wee progression. First of all, to cover the basic concepts of Konflikt, and which are basically the same as bolt action. And then we've got a sprue guide here. The sprues, remember, are the plastic framework that the parts come on. It tells you all the different parts, because as we run through the missions, you can see we're going to need a certain amount of the models made up, and they give you step-by-step instructions here to make your first models. Now, mission 1, it tells you who you need. We're going to need 5 Fireflies, and we're going to need 2 Stahltruppen made up so you can play it. We're going to go through the run, the fire, and the advance orders on the order dice here. And it gives you a little mission to run through, very easy, very quick to follow. And then we just go on, and mission 2 is defensive positions. We need another few models made up, shows you exactly how to do it, gives you the exact instructions and the exact layout of the battle, as it does for all the missions. And then moving on, we're going through more of the orders now. We're going to go through the down order and the rally order. And again, we've got the instructions for the model, the extra models you're going to need. And then when we move on to mission 4, Heroes and Rift Tech, we now start to introduce the Rift dice, which have come with the introductory set. Again, another couple of models we need to build. Gives you the layout for the battle map that we've got to play on. And it gives you close quarters. We're going to start using the Rift dice. It gives you the active Rift enhancement for the Fireflies, which is Regroup in Hell, and Vormarsch for the Stahltruppen. Again, gives you everything you need. And then we move on to mission 5, where we get the walkers are starting to make an appearance on the battlefield. Just laid out as usual, what extra unit you need, all your all the information you need, all the stats for the troops, the setup, all laid out nice and easy. And we're going to do the ambush order in this one as well. Takes it right through, gives you all the information you need, the damage results for the armoured vehicles. And then we move out to mission 6, All Out War. We're going to play with all the units now. You get the last of the units built up. The Vogelspin is going to make an entrance here. And again, we have our mission and our mission map all set up. So all you've got to do is follow it through. And then once we've done that, we get on to our painting guides. And this is how we paint the models. This is quite clever. In the bolt action introductory set, they do the painting first. But here, it's more important that we get the models made and start playing the games. Then we're going to paint them afterwards. Nice little run through of the basing to make the bases stand out for that final little bit. How to paint the Fireflies. That's your painting guides. And then at the end we come on, what's the next step? So you might want to read the Konflikt book. If you have a printer or a friend with a printer, you might want to download the free model, or you might want to build some of the larger walkers, There's lots of other units that you can introduce with special rules. That was the Axis, now the United States. Nice big walkers. Who doesn't love a robot? The British Commonwealth and the Soviet bloc. Lots of lovely, wonderful models. And then the Japanese Empire. New models for these coming out at the time this video is made. So all very nice. Then a little bit of artwork. And then a little bit about gaming tables, scenery. You get a couple of ruined houses in this, which is a nice little add-on and makes it excellent value. And then they give you the Warlord Games websites, various events and store finders where you can find these models. And then that's really the end of it. As it says, this is not war, this is the end. Now, if you already play Bolt Action, here's the thing that nobody else is going to tell you about this box. 3 things you already know called the order dice activation, the pinning mechanic, the line of sight and unit coherency. These work exactly the same in K47. If you understand the Bolt Action core loop, you understand the K47 core loop. You could open this box tonight and kind of be competitive. But here are the 2 things that will make K47 feel like a genuinely different game. First, the rift dice. Every unit with rift powered abilities gets rift dice, and how you use them and when is a new tactical layer on top of everything you already know. Take the Fireflies. You can exhaust a rift dice to have them jump into a unit, make their attack and jump back out again. Gone. If you're used to committing Bolt Action Infantry to a charge and living with the consequences, this will feel wild. On the Axis side, the Stahltruppen have Vormarsch. Exhaust your rift dice, ignore every pin marker on the unit and advance. In Bolt Action, pins are your primary suppression tool against elite infantry. Vormarsch makes the Stahltruppen ignore that entirely. You need to adjust how you think about order priority when you're facing them. Second, the walkers and powered armour. K47 introduces a completely different unit class. Saves, movement, fire arcs, mechs have nothing like any unit in Bolt Action. The cardboard Vogelspin and linebacker cutouts in this box let you start learning how to play against them and with them before you spend a penny on the resin kits. And that is a very smart design decision by Warlord. So, if you remember one thing from this video, remember this about K47. It's Bolt Action with the ceiling raised. Everything transfers. The new mechanics reward the players who already understand the tempo and order priority. So, is it worth it? If you're completely new to the hobby, yes, without hesitation, you get everything: miniatures, terrain, mat, dice, rules, scenarios. Nothing is missing. You don't need to buy anything else to play your first game. That almost never happens at this price point. Now, if you're already playing Bolt Action, also yes, but for a different reason. This is the fastest possible on-ramp to K47. The familiar core means you'll be competitive in your first game, not just learning. The rift dice and the walker mechanics give you something genuinely new to master. If you've been curious about K47 but didn't want to commit a full starter army budget without knowing if you'd enjoy it, this is the box that answers that question for 40 quid. The one thing it doesn't include is the full rulebook. That's a separate purchase, but at this price the field manual covers everything you need until you're ready to go deeper. It contains at least £60 of product, it plays right out of the box, and if you already have a Bolt Action army, the learning curve is almost nothing. Now, if you've watched this and you're thinking, right, I want more K47, we are going to be doing some follow-up videos over the next few weeks and months. The Warlord Games affiliate link for this box is down below in the description. That's the official store, and picking it up through there helps to support the channel. Now, if you play Bolt Action and you found this useful, the Bolt Action starter set video is linked on the screen now. Same format and a good reference for seeing exactly how the two games connect. And why not like and subscribe down below while you're at it to be instantly updated when that K47 follow-up drops. So take care guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.